Thank you for joining me with Your Dad Academy. We're going to be doing a product review from Amazon called World's Simplest Motor. It's a science kit from Tedco Toys, so let's see what it looks like. This product sells straight from the Amazon website, and it's a science kit that makes it a little bit more easier than the motor that I did at my house. So we're going to check it out. This is the Amazon website, and it sells for about $9. If you click the link in my description, this is an Amazon affiliate link, so it helps to support my channel if you buy it straight from my link down below. This is the part of the video where I ask you to like and subscribe right down there so that I can get some more subscribers and we can keep building more science kits. Let's check out what the front says. It says that it makes a motor that turns electrical energy into motion. It also says that it runs on a D-cell battery for days, but you have to supply the D-cell battery. Well, the back of the package has the directions. There's about 5 steps right here, and it also explains the science as to why the ring keeps turning. So we're going to talk about that later in the video. We're going to take a quick inventory of all the items that come in the package. You have the blue battery holder, the magnet, the copper wire in a coil right there, and then there's 2 little side tabs that'll hold the D battery inside. Let's look at them a little bit closer. Buy yourself a D-cell battery. You've got this magnet that comes here. You have the enamel-coated copper wire. These little tabs hold the battery in place inside this plastic D-cell sized case. So I did this a little bit out of order. I put these little D-cell battery holders into the plastic case. It was just so easy, and you're almost halfway done once you pop in the magnet right here. So the next part is to wrap the enamel coated wire around the battery. So what I do is I unwrap the little sides here the way that it comes in the package, straighten them out as best you can, and then what you're going to do is first I checked to see if I could actually fit it on the battery the way that it came, but I could not. So what you're going to do is you uncoil it, stretch it out a little bit, and then you just start wrapping on the battery. You should keep about 2 inches of extra wire, and that's what I'm showing you right there. I've got about 2 inches of extra wire, and then you just put it tighter and tighter around the battery, and you keep tightening it, pushing it over to make your coil. Leave another 2 inches at the end right here, and then I'm going to tell you how to take the coating off right now. So you've looped your wire around the battery, and so what you do is you collect it together here, leaving 2 inches on either side, and you're going to wrap that around the coil, and it holds the coils in place. So I'm doing it on this side right here, and then I'm going to turn it around and do it on the other side also. So you wrap it 2 or 3 times, leaving plenty of wire still so it can hang on the carriage right here. So let's get that wrapped on both sides as evenly as possible, and we're going to put it right here in the carriage, and I'll show you how it sits. Your ring sits right here in the carrier. So what you have to do is you're going to take your scissors and you have to scrape off the enamel coating on just one side of this wire. Make sure the ring is facing up and very carefully just scrape off the enamel coating. That will allow the electrons to just pass through the one side of the wire. So this side, only one side. Now let's turn it around, and this side you have to take off all of the enamel coating. You could use sandpaper. I didn't have any right now, so I just used the scissors and I scraped off the enamel coating. So again, on this side, you turn it around very carefully, don't damage the rings, and take off all of the enamel coating around the wire right here. That will allow the electrons to pass freely through this side of the wire. The other side, only half is removed, so when it spins, it keeps the electrons going and stopping every time it hits the unsanded side. So now what I'm going to do is get rid of that enamel that I scraped off and make a nice clean surface for you. So now I'm going to load the D battery. Now the electrons are trying to flow. They have nothing to pass through but our copper wire, and boom, it already wants to start spinning. Pretty cool. Now this is the part that's a little bit difficult because you have to keep it in contact with the copper contacts there that are touching the battery, and you have to find the perfect spot where it's going to spin. So it took me a few more minutes of playing and tweaking it out and getting it just right, but eventually you find that sweet spot, and just when you think it up, whoop, there it goes, and it's gonna keep running and going on its own. So like I said, you just have to find that one sweet spot where it goes. It takes a little bit of time doing it, but it's totally worth it. I hope you really enjoyed this project. Do the science with your kiddos right now. This is that part of the video where I ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. Help me out. Check out the link, the Amazon link below to buy the kit. That's an Amazon affiliate link. It helps me out, supports my channel. Please help me out. So let's take a minute to explain the science. So what we did is we removed the enamel coating on this side of the copper wire, and so that makes it so the electrons can freely pass through that part. The electrons are coming out of the battery and into the copper contact strip that's on the side. And so you put it right there, and so now the electrons can travel through that, and they're forced to go through the copper wire ring. And when they do that, they create a magnet. And so the magnet in the ring is attracted to the magnet below it that's on the plastic casing. And because the other side is only sanded on halfway, the magnet turns off every time the enamel coating touches the copper contact on this left side here, so the magnet stops. And so it keeps turning the magnet on and off every time it spins, and it keeps it going, and that's what keeps the motor turning and turning and turning. The energy that's provided is by the battery. So thank you a lot for joining me for Your Dad Academy. I hope you check out all my other videos and you've had fun with this science activity. Have a good day.